aero bottle, aero gloves. Looks really good. The only thing here is these are slop. These POC shoe covers. They're more of a fashion statement than an aerodynamic. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be looking at some people's time trial positions, rating them, giving some feedback. So this Facebook group called Time Trial Positions, 14,000 members, popped up on my Facebook the other day, and I thought it was quite interesting. So I'm going to have a look through some of the people that are posting it. Basically, people just post photos and videos of their positions and ask people for comments. So we are going to do the exact same thing. So let's have a look through. This is one of the better ones. We've got Nicholas here. Good position. He's on the Cervelo. Back angle's really nice. So almost, essentially flat here. Head's nice and tucked in with the Scott helmet. That's a pretty well-tested helmet. Hip angle looks good. Seat height looks good. This looks pretty much perfect to me. There's not really anything I suggest. The only thing that popped up to this is the extensions. I think he was doing a UCI race. The extensions look too long. So I'll go to, there's a video here as well. So if I pause this. So the UCI have a rule between about how far the extensions can come out from your bottom bracket. And to me, this looks like a fairly small frame. It may be because the frame looks small, but to me, this looks like he may be outside the extension zone. These extensions are coming out all the way to here. I'd be getting him to measure this. But if you just look at if we go look at the video, so good. So he's nice flat back, easily getting the head tucked in there behind the hands. He's probably going to struggle to hold it. Looks like he's coming in and out of the position. But if he could hold that, that is incredible. Very, very tidy position, but just those extensions worry me. Let's have a look at some of the comments. Maybe put your seat a little higher. Seat height has a range, so your knee angle your extension of your knee has a range. If you go get a bike fit and measure your knee angle, there's a recommended range that it sits in. He looks well in this to me. I would not, if he's comfortable, I would not raise the saddle here. So he left a comment, thumbs up, and then it looks like he has raised it. To me, this is borderline too high. So, I think he was better as it was originally. So next one here, we got Manfred, the absolute specimen. Would you look at the guy? Textbook position, big rig, looking fit. He's on the Cervelo. I froth this bike. It's the old Cervelo P5. It was the rim brake. I think it was a massive pain in the ass because it had hydraulic rim brakes, which I think were difficult to set up, but I'm pretty sure this was one of the fastest bikes, and probably still is super quick. So he's got the head disc, the Zip 808 on the front, Velotech skin suit. But why I brought this one up wasn't just to have a froth at how fit the guy is. Look at the neck vein. Absolute weapon. But he's put up 2 photos here, and most of the people are posting here are only posting photos from the side, which only tells part of the story. As I said, you need photos from the front to assess your position for an aerodynamic position. So if you look at this, you'd go, pretty much perfect. Head's nice and low, nice back angle, just textbook time trial position. But if you go to the front, he's a big lad, so he's got the wide shoulders, but this is where it starts to come apart. So you can sort of see the position is keeping his shoulders spread apart. Now, ideally, he'd be able to bring his shoulders in, bring him closer to his neck, and just narrow himself up here. And you're not going to see that from the side. Again, looking at the side looks absolutely stunning. Front, you're going, oh, the shoulders are a bit wide. So that's why you need photos from the front. And someone has mentioned here, thankfully in the comments, turtle them shoulders if you can. Yeah, so that looks, that's the main thing from this. Next one, now there's 2. This is Ahmed. He's got 2 of them, but I'll start. This is the most recent one he posted, which I'm a bit confused. So we'll start at the most recent one. So if you have a look at his position here, nice bike, Boardman, super clean, integrated front end. He's got the sync ergonomics extensions with the angled elbow pads. So good potential here in terms of having the right equipment. Nice bike. But the position, so if we assess this in terms of, is it a road position or a time trial position? To me, this looks more like a road position. So the back angle, not particularly aggressive, doesn't look particularly rotated over in terms of the saddle. So this looks like a road position, but with his arms on the extensions. He needs to take the stack out to get himself a bit lower. That will allow himself to rotate over a bit more and get more of a TT position. But interestingly, so this was 14 hours ago. If I go back, this was same guy, same Boardman, but this was September 2nd. And to me, this looks way better. So if we just watch this, have a look at this. So this was 2 weeks before he posted that. So he did have the stack out of it, so lower. And this looks like a good position. So he's way more rotated over, back's lower, seat height looks good. This looks like a pretty solid time trial position. So I'm not sure why he changed it. There was one comment here that said, pads and cockpit too far away. Look how hunched your shoulders are. Bring them closer. I totally disagree with that. A lot of riders have, you don't need to have your upper arms vertical or perpendicular to the ground. To have a little bit of an angle there, especially if you're using an angled elbow pad, that sort of can give you a good position to brace against. I think this looks great. I would not recommend him bringing this any closer in. I think this looks good. So, looks like a bit of a regression there from that to this. I'm not quite sure. Actually, maybe I'll leave a comment here. All right, left a comment. That's pending. I think it has to be approved by the group admins because I'm not a member. But yeah, definitely look better on the 2nd of September. Hold on a sec. Come back. I was just reading the comments on this one. Best position out of all your videos. Increase ride hours. Lose some more weight. Cheers. Fucking brutal. He took it well. Thanks. Fair enough. Love Facebook. Alrighty, next one. Position looks really good. Equipment choice as well. So let's break it down. He's got the Met drone, popular helmet. I think tests pretty well. Nice. This looks like a no pins, maybe a custom skin suit. Nice BMC, super clean front end. Look at that. Not a cable in sight. Nice 80mm front, disc rear, aero bottle, aero gloves. Looks really good. The only thing here is these are slop. These POC shoe covers. They're more of a fashion statement than an aerodynamic option. There's all these creases here, and POC as well aren't in the aero game. So I would swap them, and I would go for any of the other ones that the pros use. ASOS, what are they called? Rule 28 ones. Like, just look at the ones that... So the good thing about time trialing, especially equipment, is you can generally pick up the easy things really well. So shoe covers, just go and look at the Olympics and look at what shoe covers the riders were using, especially the ones that aren't using sponsored ones, and then just go and buy them. I mean, like I think there's the Velotech ones, the Hub ones, but these UK guys wear. Like, it's not that hard to figure out what the fast equipment is, especially like the skin suits, tires as well. Like, what tires are the good switched on riders using? So equipment wise, a lot of equipment stuff is quite easy to pick up if you just go and look at what the pros are doing there. So I'd swap these. If he swapped these out and had a nice set of let's say Rule 28 ones, I'd say this would be a really neat setup. So looking good. Position looks good as well. So next rider here, we got Chris. It's his first TT on the weekend. So he's nowhere near as fast, but you got to start somewhere. So let's have a look. So could he put his front end down? Looking at the position in terms of the general rotation, is he in more of a road position, or is he in more of a time trial position? By that I mean, has he got the seat further forward? Is his back down? Are his hips rotated? That's the first. First thing you look at a time trial position is how rotated is it? He looks fairly rotated. The back angle here, if this was on a road bike, that would be a pretty aggressive position. Looks like if it's his first TT, looks like more of a novice sort of style rider. So not horrible. Seat height here. Look, it's hard to tell because that crank's not vertical, so there's a little bit more extension he's going to get out of the knee when this crank goes vertical. Potentially seat's a little low, but again, you can't really just... Seat height is not something you can ballpark unless it's obviously wrong. So, this one, for a first time trial, this position is pretty standard. Looks okay. Let's have a look at some of the comments. Seat forward and up. Yes, so that's referring to that general rotation. He could, if he's got time to spend in the position, could work on getting that rotated over into more of an aggressive position. You're smiling, you're doing TTs wrong. He is too. He looks like he's having a little chuckle. So maybe having a laugh at the cameraman. Very true. Should be in the hurt box. Frame looks a little small. That's a canyon geometry. Long, effective top tube and short seat tube. I don't know about that. If your frame... I mean, it's not particularly helpful, but, potentially... I don't know if the frame looks too small here. You know, by the time if he gets a bit more aggressive, he drops some of the stack out, raises the seat height a little. I think this frame looks about right. So we got this rider here, couple of things going on. Super praying mantis position, and he's got he's got the mask on. I'm not sure if that's for COVID, maybe pollution. I'm not sure if that's necessary, but look at the angle on the. To me, looking at this, you know, the position looks good. Head could come down a bit, but he's going to struggle to get his head down in line with his back because he's going to hit his hands. And to me, this would be super unstable. Someone put it in the comments there. Comments, take off the mask. Someone said in here, here, bars are pointing up too high. You're losing balance and control. And that's what I think. I mean, having the hands raised, I think Tesla faster for a lot of people. But this looks, I mean, you're going to have you're totally losing the lever you have when you're in the extensions to keep the bike stable. That would be super sketchy, I think, especially in the wind or when you hit bumps. To be having it that aggressive, I don't think would be particularly stable. Or is that saving him much aerodynamic drag over having them at a normal sort of angle? Probably not. It's probably, if anything, it's just obstructing his vision when he shrugs his head down. So I'm not sure on that, but the overall position looks good. All right, guys, I'll end the video there. Hope you learned something and found this entertaining, and I'll catch you in the next one.